Katie, have you meditated before?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Are you an old pro?
Sorry.
Are you an old pro?
No, I would not call myself an old pro.
Okay. So,
Probably not, but yeah.
so I'm just, I'm just curious of like who's coming to log in with us, because I think some of the people on the live on Facebook aren't necessarily meditators, and I want to know how they feel after something like that. So, but until they log back on, how do you guys feel? I need water. Relaxed. Okay. Now, for those who joined last week, were you able to see more detail this week?
Yes.
Who said yes?
Yes, same. Kristen.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
saw more. I had a hard time relaxing last week into it, and this week it was very easy.
Cool. Did you meditate at all during the week?
Yep.
Okay. So that's part of the point too, is that once you rehearse, it doesn't have to be this meditation, any type of meditation. It's going to be like that muscle that just comes back much faster. I'm sorry, I like lose my voice sometimes. So it's really good to know that you're doing regular meditating, because that really helps. And like I said, anything, even if it's just a couple of breaths at a time, bringing you back into the present, that's a form of meditation. Even if it's just watching a candle, staring at your fire pit, Renee. You know, when you garden, you can meditate too, if you just do one task at a time, like really, really focus on it. So you take a breath every time you plant something, or every time you shear something, whatever. It's just any type of focus like that. And that's meditation. Hi, people on Facebook Live. I want you to text something, write something to me. If you got to do the meditation, or if you're just logging on like Laura. Hi, Laura. I want to know, did you meditate this week other than tonight? Let's see what they say. So for those who do normally meditate, like what's your favorite go-to? Do you have something that you go to for meditation? I like the cat in the background. Hey, Jen.
I use sleep meditations at night.
Okay, sleep meditations at night. Okay. So,
My whole school does. Sorry.
Go ahead.
My school does voluntary, not mandatory meditations in the morning every day at 8:15.
Oh, that's cool. Jordan said his school actually does meditations in the morning. That's cool.
Online now. We didn't do it before.
Oh, now they're doing it because everybody really needs it. That's really funny.
But he gets about like 30 to 40 teachers out of like 85.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I give you a little bit of homework,
That's like one of my massage appointments.
that's basically every time I do treatment, somebody gets homework. So I can't physically touch you, so I'm going to touch you like this. So, your homework for this week, let's think about this really. Maybe we should write this down so I don't forget it. One is to create something. Are you guys writing? I see you like really, really rapidly writing, right? Yeah. No. Create something. I got a pen. We're going to record this anyway. Create something. 2, you're going to do breath work. Now, breath work doesn't have to be fancy yoga breathing. Like we have all these different types of pranayams. You can do breath work of just inhale for 5, exhale for 6. I don't care. You can figure out the counts. Usually the exhale is longer than the inhale. But any type of breath work. I like Kristen's being our secretary on the side. Pretty cool. So breath work. So I just want you to explore it. So I'm going to narrow it down to 5 minutes of breath work a day. How's that sound? Doable? All right, that's a meditation. So, and you're going to find in breath work that the mind is going to wander all over the place. So I'm going to tell you, I'm giving you the out. You are allowed to have your mind wander. How's that? Every breath that you take, I don't care if it goes to, I should be making something, I should be doing lunch, I don't care what it is. I just want you to put the clock on for 5 minutes and just start feeling your breath. That's it. That's 1, that's 2, 3. let's think of this very carefully. Create something breath work, and how about you're going to communicate with someone that you haven't in a long time. And I think that's actually one of the best things I can say. So anybody that's been coming through your mind right now, doesn't have to be somebody you haven't talked to in 15 years, but it could just be somebody that you're really thinking about a lot. I want you to just try to connect with them. Connect with someone on your mind. And then one more. What are you guys struggling with? No answers, right? Nothing. Everybody on Facebook is perfect.
Everything. Where do you start, right?
Struggling with everything. Well, that's okay. Spit it out.
I would say, like, I'm extremely extroverted, so just not having that outlet and just being, like, confined to my immediate family, like, in my house.
Right.
Which is my wife and a 2-year-old.
Right.
And my wife's a teacher, so she's teaching all day online, so it's just, like...
Okay. Hey, Faye. Angela, I love that you said you'd been meditating nightly before bed since last week. Thank you so much. Love that. Okay, so struggling with socialization. What else? Anything else? Anxiety.
Lots of that.
Lots of anxiety. Okay, so the thing with anxiety is you have to figure out what's triggering it. So anxiety can be triggered by so many things, right? And like I said before, my mom said something to me, it set me off, and I had to like really, really figure out how to come back because it's not going to serve me. So being anxious is fine as long as you're able to really reel it back in. So that's going to be part of your side homework, is to figure out, well, what's the trigger? The trigger, yes, can be being, Angela's saying, anxiety to the max. Hey, Faye, I love this. You know, being more alone, not having like daily things to get out of the house for or whatever it is, but you have to kind of sit there and figure out like, okay, what exactly is triggering me? Do you guys have an idea? Speak up.
Well, I'm out of my house, I'm out of my apartment with my family, so all my stuff is not with me, and my routines are ruined.
Oh, yeah.
In someone else's space, you know. So I'm grateful to be here, but at the same time, it's like my every day is all over the place.
Absolutely.
So.
Okay.
Adjustment.
Okay.
I think, like, little things are hitting harder than usual. Like, stress with, like, family or stress with just life, like, situations, because there's no other outlets at this time. No easy outlets, like going out or going to a friend's house or going to, like, hug someone that can calm you down, like, that kind of thing. Like, so I think things, like, feel harder than usual.
So again, that same thing. It's the lack of connection to be able to. Okay.
Really struggling with what to do with my mind, because I'm a self-identified workaholic, and I recently was laid off from my job, so I've never even taken a full vacation in over 13 years. So the last also, I love my child, but I've never parented this much. Like, I went back to work when he was 8 weeks old, so it's been a complete life change.
Okay.
So I'm struggling with just like keeping my mind calm, and like you said, being in the present and not think. And I find my mind racing a lot. Like, I'll look at my phone 100 times a day to check my email. There's no email to check right now, so there's a big shift for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sorry, I'm like trying to fix this. Okay.
I think that's anxiety as well, for sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, basically, anxiety is usually triggered by anything that's uncomfortable. And sometimes uncomfortable can be fine, and we can like really, deal with it very quickly and like snap out of it. Like when we do a workout, right? We're like, okay, I know I'm going to be uncomfortable for the next 5 minutes during this high intensity or whatever, and then it's going to go away. But in this situation, because there's so many unknowns, we have to stay so uncomfortable for so long.
Yeah.
Which is why it's really, really important to create things, to get back into the creative mode of stuff, because this is a forced time of growth, like massively forced, right? And it's also this inertia is actually creating potential for bigger growth. So while it feels like you're completely taken out of everything you know, and it really feels unsafe to you, it's actually the most safety you're going to ever probably get in your life, in a sense, because it's going to force you to really, really grow and to figure out like what's comfortable for you, where your boundaries are. So without getting too, overthinking about this right now, do these homeworks. And then for people that are dealing with the anxiety, see the trigger, and instead of judging it, bear witness to it, which it sounds like, Sheena, you're really like kind of forcing yourself to do that. But it's also to remember that none of this is permanent.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not permanent. It will pass. I remember one of my friends in college, she had a job she hated it. And she said to me, I said, how do you go there every day, like knowing how much you hate it, doesn't feel good to you, blah, blah, blah. And she looked at me very strongly in the eyes and she said, I just know it's not permanent. I know it's going to pass. I know it's going to change. And I was like, we were like 21. I'm like, what? Like, this is mind blowing to me. But that's the truth. So like, it's okay to be uncomfortable. And right now, like you have to remember inertia. Just remember that word. It's going to make you feel like much stronger, because you're going to remember you're really building. You're building up for movement, and it's going to pull it out of you. And the best thing you could do is during your meditation, you always have the capability of asking for smoothness, I'll say. Smoothness and change. Because like we generally, as a public, we hate change. Oh, hold on. Faye's talking to me too. Okay, she struggled with that because she still has to work because she's essential, and then coming home and being a mom and a school teacher and not feeling like I have enough time to be with the kids. Yeah. I mean, there's so many aspects of this that are just feeling so fried and frayed. So I want to see what happens in the next week, what we can do for each other and how we can support each other. We're building a community here that you can see, right? Thank God for technology on this aspect. And yeah, so first thing, create something. And when I say create something, it could be small, but I guarantee that after tonight, you're going to want to do more and more and more. And then part of you is always going to be uncomfortable with that, because it's going to say, hey, John, hey, Danielle. It's always going to say, but I should be doing X, Y, and Z instead. Or this isn't useful to me. There's always going to be a story going on that is very repetitive for those people that don't have this, how do I say it? This want to change things, or that boldness to really go for something. This is going to be so uncomfortable for you. And I'm sorry for that. But once you get over that big boulder, so to speak, it won't feel like that. You're going to be excited about change. But the first part is rough, and that's why we need community to be like, it's okay. You got this. You got this. You don't have that job that you had, but you're going to get something else. And in the meanwhile, you're going to become a better version of yourself, So another really fun and fast thing that you can do for yourself is to pick up your colors. Like, don't forget that they're really, really vital to us. They go with our chakras. Like all those colors are in us. Nature mimics them. We mimic nature. We go back and forth. We're all connected. But if you feel like you're alone, you have to reach out. And that's like the hardest part. But anxiety is not, it's not a bad thing. Remember I said last week, it's not bad. Anger is not bad. Sadness is not bad. They're all just states of being. But when we stay there, we get into low vibration, and that's dangerous. So we have to keep doing meditations. We have to keep reaching out. And when it's harder for us to do those meditations or to get back to what feels good for us, we have to ask for help. Like Sheena, particularly in your situation, you're feeling misplaced, so to speak, and that's where you kind of need like an outsider to say, well, what feels good to you there? You need somebody kind of guiding that, because it's hard.
It's not that I feel like it's never going to end. Like, I'm so aware it's temporary, but it's more, I want to feel like I'm using this time well,
sure,
and mindfully, and I don't know if I'm my best self where I am. So that's more like what I'm worried about, is that it's going to be like wasted. this like next month of like not working, you know, where I can't be my best self because I feel like all my stuff is in here. Not that stuff matters, but you know, it does. Cause
well, you need certain things to do what you want to, you know, what you feel like you need to do. So, you know, people that tend towards anxiety, the best thing you can do for yourself is make some lists, and just not necessarily accomplishment lists, just more of what you're worried about first, and then what would take you out of that. So if you're worried that you can't do something that feels like you have to start writing down like that fear and then the opposite of that. Like for me, hi Nicole, my choir director is watching. For me, I can't sing with a group right now. And even though that was only a couple hours a week, it feels very disconcerting for me because I have no touch for my clients and I have no vocalization. So I had to start figuring out like, well, you know, I was really scared to use a mic. So guess what I'm doing right now? I'm using a mic. I'm trying to project those things. But you will find a way. But anxiety people like need to write things down, not just what you're going to do, not just your goals and your plans, but actually what you're worried about and how that can change. And if you're not sure of how to change it, then share it with us and we'll help you get there, you know. But those little things like make your bed every morning doesn't have to look good. It just has to look like you made an effort. You know, you don't have to put on nice clothes. This is the nicest thing I put on in 3 months? I don't even know now. But when you're feeling really down, it's so important for you to, you know, make an effort to do something else. And if you can't, and then Christine's chatting, hold on. I'm like multitasking. She's saying take it day by day. Also, tons of goals. Absolutely. Yeah. So all this stuff is very important, so we have to figure it out. So we have our little homework, which I say share with the world. You know, share with people around you. Say, oh, why don't we do this together? You know, because who else do we have to do this stuff with, right? You know, this is the time. And you're not wasting your time, just so you know. Anything you do is not a waste, but it's because you don't have the routine. You know, my grandparents lived into their 90s, and the reason they did, I always say, is because they had a routine. Kristen hears this story all the time because she knows when they were alive, and like she knew when they came over, like, oh, they had their main meal at like 11 o'clock, and like, you know, and if she came over for a treatment, whatever, it was done. Everything was done by that time. So it's just routine is so important. Jordan likes to do a lot of physical activity, like, so he knows for his mental state he has to be doing certain things. Yeah, he's like everything. So that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to see if I can actually put on this music that my friends, so bear with me, Zoom people, I'm going to lose you for a second probably. So my friend, they have this ukulele group, and I said, I'm learning ukulele. I haven't really done much. Ooh, what is that? Mute yourself if that's you. That's okay. So they do every 2 weeks, they do like a collaborative. So they send in tracks, and this one was Imagine. So I did my track successfully finally after 2 days of trying to figure out how to record it properly last night at like 1:30 in the morning, because that's apparently when I record things. I don't know. It's like when your voice is the crappiest, that's when I'm doing it.
So your group doesn't sing on Zoom if you're recording?
No. Nicole, if you're listening to this, they're saying we should sing on Zoom. It's not the easiest thing to do with a group of people, but we can try. Oh, this is me singing. No, we don't want me.
It's just for fun.
I agree.
It's really hard to do on Zoom.
So, yeah, because you can't,
The delays.
there's still, yeah, like you have to have certain mic appropriations and all this other stuff, but who knows?
Everyone's has to be the same.
Yeah, I'm sure, and then it has to be like mixing and stuff, but
yeah.
So who knows? Where is this Kenneth thing?
As a choir director, I definitely don't advocate for that.
I don't advocate.
I can see it just being fun, just to like mess around and
Yeah, I mean, my choir, we do a lot of classical, so it's a little, it's too much maybe, but I think I've done a couple of things with other people too. How are you guys doing over there? You're waiting patiently. For whatever reason, nothing technically is working properly tonight, but that's okay. Why? Where is it? Okay, here's the mix with the rest of our group. Thanks, Kenneth. He's not even on tonight. So mind you, this is like, I don't know how many people, they played the uke, and then they did the vocal tracks, and not everybody was, perfectly in sync with Lennon's version of how the timing went. So it's not perfect, but it's very, very sweet. I hope you like it. Let's see. I have to download it too. Boy, everything's so picky today. Can you hear it? Too loud? No, something's happening. Oh, well. It's not working right. Okay. Oh, maybe this is it. There's clapping. So it sounds pretty crummy on my MacBook, but I'll post it maybe later or whatever. It sounds cute. It's sweet. I like it. So and here comes my husband with the guitar. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Get on camera, shy boy. He's wearing a Def Leppard shirt. Everybody, look at these people. Say hi.
Hello.
I like your hair.
Hello. Hi, Bill.
How you doing?
This is our socialization for the week. We're hanging out.
So what is your
What?
What do you
This is
have to
Facebook Live.
Oh.
Danielle
All right.
says hey.
Hey.
Danielle, he doesn't know how to use Facebook, so this is fun. Yeah. Angela says hi.
Yeah,
So it's all good.
All right.
So, all right. So you guys have your homework. I want you to keep,
Homework.
yeah, they have homework, dude. Everything. If you don't know the homework, I'm going to post it on Facebook too. But, you know, we're going to work on it. And in the middle of the week, if you want to have another socialization, then we'll do that. Maybe we could figure out how to play a game on this. I don't know. Something. Cards of Humanity would be good. Right?
There is a virtual version.
I'm sure there is, because I am not the only brilliant person on the earth. Perfect.
They have a Zoom
Perfect.
version of it, yeah.
As long as we get to curse and be dirty.
I've been trying to find like virtual checkers. Can't find it.
Can't find it. Anybody
Really?
find
I
virtual
just don't
checkers?
playing checkers anymore. But I really want to, and I can't find it.
I'll send you a disinfected checkerboard
I mean, I have
with
one.
wipes
I want to
inside.
you know?
And they're like $3 a wipe, so you know, I'm like, gotta put it in there.
Better ration the wipes.
Yeah, ration those darn wipes. Gosh. All right, guys. So that's it for tonight. But like I said, keep sharing it and don't lose faith. We're here. So you have your homework and hang on to it. And Daniel's like, I'm lucky I figured this out. It's good. It's good that you figured it out, because now you get to watch my goofy face every Sunday night. And you know what? I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to make a damn YouTube channel, and I'll put the meditation on there, and everybody can just press play whenever the hell they want. But, you know, I don't like being like right there. It's a little weird. All right. Good night, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.